Like, what are we really focusing on here? Like, even when it comes to us, when we say as a people, we haven't made much progress. Yet still, we learning more about, there's more families being created. We're more spiritually inclined, I see more togetherness, more community, but we still haven't made much progress because what are we really focusing on? And then, as a people, not just black people, but as people, what are we focusing on?
Let's go!
It's like, what are you really paying attention to? What are you paying attention to? Because what you pay attention to is what is going to shape and mold your life, your identity, your perspective, and all of that. And I see so many people being in the mental health realm. The mental health is low, to say the least. I wanted to say so much more, but the mental health is low.
Be politically correct, man.
You know what I mean? And that is primarily because what people are paying attention to. I have these conversations and just pay attention to the people around me. Like, look at our last episode. Yeah, I was talking about Ukraine and Russia. I don't know shit when it comes to that. It took the politically correct all the way out just now. You know what I'm saying? Then you got, I don't even know all the alphabets, but so again, when it comes to paying attention, like and me not paying attention to it, not that I'm being belligerent or ignorant to a lot of stuff, it's just, is it going to serve me? Does it, does this actually benefit me? Is this going to push my purpose forward? And should I give it my attention? I think that should be a question before anybody has an opinion on something.
And not only that, because we don't pay attention to it, that don't mean like we hate it. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. It's just, that's not a primary focus. That don't help us towards our purpose, our goals, what we looking to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So kind of like what Trey was talking about, my main focuses are the things that's in line with my purpose, protecting and pushing my family forward, and how to become a better person every single day. You know what I'm saying? And to laugh a little bit sometimes too. That always help your day out a little bit. Yeah. But other than that, man, everything is focused towards that. So when it comes to attention, I'm definitely very perceptive on what I put my attention to. I listen to people. You know what I'm saying? And, I'll let you get your stuff off, but sometimes I learned that some people just want to talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I listen, but am I really fully paying attention all the time? Yeah, I hear it. But I don't let it affect my morals or ethics or what I believe in.
Because to listen is to absorb, you know what I'm saying? So you hear it and let them get it. And at that point, you just being a better person for yourself, but letting this person get it out.
And I try to understand, but at some point we agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
Shine. Get your shine on.
Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, I got the lavender one. It helped me sleep good. 'Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. Y'all better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene.
Yeah.
Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt. So I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look,
You gotta shine on, everybody.
Shine
This is, hey, look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to.
I want to ask a question. What is the importance of political correctness? Because you made mention to say that, Trey, right? What is the?
He said, I said it. I just said it. Political,
Yeah, but what is the importance of that? Like, why is it that it seems like whether it's individual or whether it's a group, like society in general, it seems as though we have taken on the perspective that being politically correct is important, in regards to acknowledging how people may feel when we think about the aspect of cancel culture, when you think about just living in general, this political correctness that some of us choose to mold our whole life around, And so when we're sitting here talking about what it is that you're paying attention to, that consciousness in regards to political correctness, that just intrigued me in that moment. Like, does anybody have an answer as to why it's important?
I think it's important because it provides them to have control and to keep people in line and acceptance. I mean, I think we if we took out being politically correct and not worry about people's feelings, I think that we would be better united. I think we would move in a better direction. But I think the way the world is moving towards putting feelings over logic is creating a lot of dysfunction, and it's damning a lot of people. So we have to stay in a realm where we have to be politically correct, even though we know something is right. We have to lie to make it so we include everybody. Everybody has to be inclusive, even though we may know that it's wrong, we may know that it's right, but we have to keep everybody in realm. If not, then you're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get shunned out, even though you know it's right, but we just don't do it for some reason.
I like how he said you might have to lie when being politically correct.
You have to, you have to just lie.
I would reword it to say that you just have to dim it down or say it in a different manner, like you said, to be accepted. And the initial, what I believe is the initial is like you try to keep it clean and get the message delivered to everybody and stuff like that, without having so much interference and feelings, because being as raw as we could be, it could rub people the wrong way.
There you go.
We don't care.
When do you think this started? Do you think it was always like this throughout time, like 1800s, 1700s? Was it always like this? When do you think it started to be like so hurt feelings and had to be politically correct? When do you think that started throughout time?
I feel like as long as there's leadership, it's always been that.
Disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Because as a leader, and the way as a leader, I feel like how do you get the message to resonate with everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get the message to resonate with everybody? So, like, I think about with emperors or kings or generals and stuff will have to say to their people to get them to go into battle, to get everybody to get on one accord and things like that. So I think of it from that viewpoint of they try to say a blanket statement that could resonate with the most amount of people possible. If you telling people, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, or you ain't gonna be this, or you ain't gonna be that, it's not gonna resonate with a lot of people. That's not gonna get a lot of people to move. But if you give them a goal or something that they can fight towards or go towards, then you'll get, I think, more people to go in that direction.
It's communication.
So I think it's about how you word it. I wouldn't want to
here though, right?
Huh?
Do you think that's more like just a United States thing?
No.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I think that it started when media started to be regulated. If you think about the FCC, what was their whole creation for? Was in order for you to be able to regulate. In order for you to be able to regulate what can be said and what can't be said.
Yep.
And because the United States is so media based and we're so entertainment focused, I feel like it sort of groomed our entire country to be this way in regards to being politically correct. Or a lot of people want to achieve, being in media, wanting to be able to broadcast and things like that. So with that desire to do so, people sort of shifted their perspective in regards to, I'm not supposed to say that. This is what I'm supposed to say. This is when I say it. This is when I don't say it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I think that the importance of this political correctness is in order to...
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's the FMF mob right here.
Yes,
we got
sir.
the finance, we got the mindset, we got the fitness, and we want to shout out the lab. This space is owned by James, and this guy, man, he opened up this spot to us. It's an amazing place, man. It got exposed brick. You can kind of look in there and see a little bit. Got the DJ equipment, everything you need to get your photograph needs, podcast, anything you can think of, man.
Big parties in the zone too.
Oh yeah, they do the
Vendor
parties too.
spot,
Yeah.
recreational type spot. It's a great location right here in Richmond, in the Churchill area, for you to be able to come together, put your parties, assemble all that type of good stuff together, and just come and check it out. Plus, it's black owned.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Black
yes.
owned. So support your people. We definitely, FMF, support the lab. We love the lab.
Yes.
All right, y'all take care.
the reason why political correctness is important is because we have an opportunity to, live harmoniously. That's what it is that we want to do. We want to all be able to live in harmony.
Yeah.
Coexist harmoniously.
Yeah.
That's why it is that I think that political correctness is important. So, as long as we're able to do that, people have been willing to accept, like, okay, this is what we say, this is what we don't say. If we get behind closed doors amongst people who may have a similar mindset, then maybe
tonality is different.
Maybe we already know that we coexist harmoniously. So what's the reason for the political correctness?
That's what I think too, is because, like you said, you want to get your message out, right? And you want to be able to spread that message as far as you can. And the conversation is different amongst like-minded people. And so it just goes under the bridge of communication. When we talk about political correctness, it's like this is a mass. Like what we're doing here now, we're in hopes that this reaches a mass of people.
Mass broadcast.
You know what I mean? Versus if it was, the camera off, we're going to shoot the shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I think about political correctness initially. I don't like the persuasion and all of that stuff when it comes to political, but I think it's just a mass reach form of communication.
It's a mass thing, especially when it comes to, like I said, like the feelings and stuff like that. I think it's because it's a trend and it's a what humans. How can I break it down? Maybe I'll give you a scenario. Like, let's give a scenario. You have a kid. Like, you ever watch like a video if like a toddler falls and he hits his head? He doesn't start crying until somebody acknowledges, like, "Oh, are you okay?" or something like that. And usually they don't cry until they see the blood or they see like you, like, "Oh, is it okay?" And all of a sudden he cries. It's if you don't tell that person like, "Oh, this is," tell everybody that it's wrong or like it's something like that.
That you should be offended.
I don't think it would go that way.
That's if it don't hit a pain receptor, because sometimes it's a delayed reaction. I've seen that with my daughter.
Oh, yeah, like that.
Yeah. But no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of the same way that they program it. They'll be like, "Oh, you shouldn't say that," and then somebody be like, "No, you can't say it," and then 10 other people be like, "Yeah, you should," and you be like, Okay, yeah, we shouldn't say it all the time. Then like that's where'd that come from? Yeah, exactly. But you know your mind is wrong. But all these people have to say that it's wrong. Okay, I guess it is wrong now because everybody said it.
That's what's wrong with today.
I think that's what really the problem is today.
We get away from truths because you get so much backing. Just because you get, misery loves company. Just because you get enough people to agree with you don't mean that you're right. Just because you get enough people to agree with you don't mean that you're right.
Very true.
And that's what's weakening us.
I would say that one thing I think that got to be factored into the political correctness and everything is the intent behind the message. Okay. Because some people are trying to push hate. Some people are trying to push violence. You know what I'm saying? Some people are trying to do those type of things. And I think that's where, from my viewpoint, that's where under the surface a lot of the groups and everything start coming together and start pushing it because the hate of it, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, yo, I don't agree with what you're doing, but I don't want harm to come to you, you know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, this or that, yo, you should
die. We're going to kill them.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to kill them because they don't think so.
And because of that, I think their defense is like, yo, we're going to gather mass numbers or whatever and try to rebut that. And then I think because of, they might have situations like that when somebody doesn't agree with them or doesn't maybe accept what they do, but they not saying anything, want any harm to come to them, they take it as a threat. Exactly. When it's not a threat, I just don't agree with you. That's not what I believe. You know what I'm saying? And so because they've had, some people have other situations, or because it get promoted, was shown groups or different people, black, white, gay, lesbian, whatever, they get attacked because of hate crimes or things like that. Now they think anything that happened is a hate, or you trying to threaten me, or you trying to kill me. And I think some of that is the underlying of why some people have to go overboard with the political correctness. But I don't agree with that though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that either, or doing the overboard with political correctness. Now, I believe that is why there's such an incline in the sensitivity. Again, what are you paying attention to? So, like all of these things, we got all of this social media, search engines, and all of that stuff. When you go to look for something, the algorithm is going to continue to feed you whatever it is that you search for. So if you see a violent outright to something that you might support, you're going to continue seeing it. So now your image, your perspective is everybody that is opposing whatever it is that
act the same way,
think the same way. This possibly could happen to me. So now you're constantly in a defensive, in a defense mode. And now you don't realize it, but you're actually very sensitive towards a certain type of topic because of what you've been continuously seeing. Is just because it's out there don't mean that you got to pay attention to it. And like if it's like, I stand by this phrase that a wise man learns from his experiences. A great man learns from his experiences. When a wise man learns from the experiences of others. I say talk to people, because most of the people that have experienced something that you're afraid of experiencing can tell you, like, it wasn't really that, that happened, we had a disagreement or something, or maybe it was that, but it was because I was in this place this time. It can give you more.
Deep into it.
You can get more of a perspective instead of this broad, everybody hates me, regardless of what it is. Like, terrified to be, I know black people that don't want to be black. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm terrified I got to go outside, I might get killed. I'm like, bruh, like, everybody can get killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a possibility of life. Like, all right, just accept that, throw that to the back. Like, you
die every day, B.
Every day.
Get shot every day, B.
Like, all right, what else? What are you really focusing on? Has somebody threatened you? Has somebody approached you? That type of thing. Like,
rational fears.
Yeah, exactly.
Rational fears.
What are you paying attention to?
when you think about mindset, you know, and perspective, I definitely had to grow in regards to that. You know, I had so much fear and anxiety about a lot of things that it didn't make any sense to be afraid of. And then once, you know, if you are afraid enough, you have enough anxiety about it, you attract those things in your life anyway. And so then when it became a situation where the things I was fearing and had so much anxiety about, I attracted them into my life and I experienced them and I came out on the other side, I said, oh my God, I don't ever have to be afraid again. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be able to endure it. You feel me? Like, so now I go forward and I don't fear anything. You feel me? I'm not afraid of anything because I believe that I'll be able to endure it and tomorrow gonna come. God forbid, you know. Death is scary. I'll say that. Death is scary. But aside from that, anything else, I'm gonna experience it. I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna keep going.
See, that's the adaptability that we was talking about, and that's the main thing, man. Most of the people that I come across, you know, with these mental challenges as far as depression, anxiety, and stuff, it's the same scenario. I'm like, man, you are repeatedly thinking about what can go wrong.
Then it happened.
And then it happened, because what you're thinking about so much, what you focus on, you attract. You know, and some things are inevitable. Some things do happen. You know, you might have been in a tragic situation. Something might have happened. Something that, like, so much can go into it. But under this broad umbrella, you still got to focus on you. You know what I mean? You still got to focus on what you actually want instead of what you don't want. Because whichever one you focus on is going to come. You know what I mean? So if you continuously, like, oh, I was tired today, I'm going to be tired tomorrow. Okay. You know what I'm saying? at least do something that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
less tired tomorrow.
You know what I mean? Maybe you should sleep an extra hour then. Maybe you should plan for that. Maybe you should, a lot of people, if you get active, you won't be as tired. You know what I mean?
Talk about it. Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Get your body right. Your body is just malfunctioning right now. That's all it really is.
That's all it is, man.
And it just communicates as tired. You're not actually tired. Your body yearning for something.
You're not giving it to it. Trying to tell you.
You know what I mean? It can be so simple about a whole lot of things. I think we overload ourselves with all of these different thoughts and possibilities. And the thing is, we usually want a few things that we want. You know what I mean? If I was to ask you, if you ask somebody what they don't want, that conversation would never end. You know what I'm saying? You ask them what they do want, it barely will start.
You might get a handful of things.
There you go.
You might.
You know what I mean? It's really that simple, bro.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, yo, I think we had a really dope conversation in regards to being able to focus our attention and then just taking that conversation a little bit deeper. So we want to hear down in the comments what you think, your thoughts and opinions. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But for that, yo, we out, man. Peace.
Yes, sir.